The small town of Millfield sat shrouded in the mist of early October, the golden sun casting long shadows across the crumbling facades of deserted buildings. Legend spoke of the old Waverly House, abandoned for decades, where the ghost of a bride was said to wander, forever waiting for her lost lover. Locals whispered about the eerie wail that sometimes echoed through the woods, a sound that often sent chills down the spines of even the bravest souls. As twilight descended, a group of teenagers dared each other to enter the Waverly House, fueled by a mix of bravado and teenage curiosity. Armed with only flashlights and a cheap camera, they stepped through the creaking door, the stale air hanging heavy with the scent of mold and decay. Faded photographs lined the walls, depicting a smiling couple that seemed to follow their every move, their eyes glinting in the flashlight beams like watchful laughter faded as the group ventured deeper into the house, an oppressive silence enveloping them, broken only by the faint sound of whispering that seemed to echo from the walls. One member of the group, Sarah, suddenly felt a chill brush past her, her breath hitching as she caught a fleeting glimpse of a pale figure in a wedding gown at the corner of her eye. "Did you see that?" she gasped, but her friends only laughed, unaware of the growing sense of dread that surrounded them. Anxiety rippled through the room as a sudden gust of wind slammed the door shut behind them, the sound echoing like a gunshot. The lights flickered before plunging them into near darkness, the only illumination coming from their erratically glowing flashlights. Panic set in as they struggled to open the door, the whispers growing louder and more insistent, forming words that tugged at the edges of their minds. "Help me, find him." In a moment of despair, the group huddled together, clutching their phones for light as a new noise emerged, a soft but persistent sobbing coming from the upstairs. As they ascended the staircase, the air thickened, each step weighing heavier with the weight of the past. At the top, they found a door slightly ajar, the sobbing now accompanied by an urgent whisper, urging them closer as if it were calling them to witness a moment frozen in time. Mustering their courage, they pushed the door open, revealing a room illuminated by a ghostly glow, the bride standing at a window, her expression one of deep sorrow. "Where's he?" she whispered, her voice echoing off the walls, sending a chill down their spines as they realized the truth. She was trapped in her own grief, caught between worlds, forever seeking her lost love. As they took a step closer, the room began to tremble, the very foundations of the house seeming to stir with her anguished spirit. With the house trembling and the cries of the bride rising, the group realized they had to escape, but the door slammed shut behind them, trapping them alongside a tormented soul. Panic turned into terror as the walls seemed to close in, and the sobbing transformed into shrieks that echoed in their skulls. Sarah, overwhelmed by fear, stepped further in, drawn toward the bride's outstretched hand, the promise of resolution and terror blurring together in a chilling moment of connection. As the door finally gave way and they burst out into the night, Sarah was abruptly pulled back, the bride's fingers grazing her wrist in a grip of icy despair. The group stumbled outside, heart rates racing, only to realize that Sarah was no longer with them. Glancing back, they saw the faint outline of the bride standing in the doorway, beckoning with a sorrowful smile, her final whisper hanging heavy in the night air, "You will return."